Portland Trail Blazers, a possible destination maybe for Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks. Talk about that and more. It's bringing Damian Lillard, the Portland Trail Blazers guard. He's working with Powerade in the Power Your School program, which will award $1 million to high school athletic programs around the country. And Damian joins me here on the show. Damian, the last time you talked to or texted with Carmelo Anthony was when?
Last week.
What'd you say?
I just checked on the situation that I had been hearing about to see how I could improve my team.
So to get a guy like Carmelo, he would have to waive that no-trade clause. What was your recruiting pitch for Carmelo to do that?
It wasn't really a pitch. I just reached out to him and I let him know that the interest just wasn't from our front office. If it was a possibility, and there was definite interest from the players as well, and I didn't want that to be confused. So, I didn't put no pressure on him or ask a bunch of questions. I just said what it was from our end.
Did you get any kind of sense that he would be willing to waive that no-trade clause?
I didn't get a sense that he wouldn't. I think what we have here is a good situation for him, and that's kind of where it went. I just, let him know what I thought he could do for our team and what our team could do with his presence, and that was it. We didn't go over no details and talk about a no-trade clause or anything like that. He's going to make his own decision to do that or not, and I just wanted to make sure that we had some kind of conversation.
What would a guy from New York like Carmelo Anthony like about the city of Portland?
Winning. I think in Portland, people talk about what it would be like in Portland or what it is like in Portland, but haven't actually lived here. And, I live here year-round, so I know it's a great place to live. Some of the best food in the United States. And when you talk about loving the game of basketball, us and our soccer team is all that the city has. So we get a lot of support. Our fans really back our team, and they're passionate about our team. So that type of environment and that type of love and support around the city, what NBA player wouldn't want to be a part of that?
With Carmelo Anthony, the Blazers are what in the Western Conference next season?
A top team.
Top 2? Top 3?
I don't know. I think we're a top team if you add him to our roster.
Is it the landscape that it is, Damian? Do you almost have to keep fighting for as many superstars as you can get to try to keep up with Golden State?
I think it's more about fit. You got to add players to your team that fit with your team and that can make your team a better team, and that's not always superstars.
We're talking to Damian Lillard, the Portland Trail Blazers guard, working with Powerade, the Power Your School program, joining us here at Dan Patrick Show. When you guys picked up Yusuf Nurkic, Damian, you went 14-6 with him on the team. That's a winning percentage, I believe, right around 70%. Is that the type of team that, with or without Carmelo Anthony, you guys are next season?
I think so. I think when we added him, we became a much better team. Just having the low post presence, a guy that could make plays out of the pick and roll when he's the guy rolling, a guy that can protect the rim on the defensive end, and a guy with new life. He brought something to our team that we hadn't had for 2 years, and it wasn't just 5 or 6 games. It was the last 20 or so games of the season, and there was a steady performance from him. So I think you add him to our team for a full season, and we're that much better. I think if we had him last year, we were a 50-plus win team. So people forget about that part, but I think going into next season, I think we'll be better than what people expect us to be.
Were you surprised he had that type of impact?
He had a huge impact, and even in the one game that he played in the playoffs, I think it was more evident than ever.
You're working, I mentioned, with Powerade, the Power Your School program. Will award $1 million to high school athletic programs around the country. Tell me what you're doing with that.
a program that's going to allow a lot of the young athletes from 500 schools to submit essays, written or through video, to try to be a part of it. And coming from the type of city that I come from, and being in their shoes once before, I want to be a part of it. And it's really important. So PowerAid.com is where they submit the videos or they submit the essays, and all the videos will be watched and the essays will get read just to see who comes across with the strongest message, or who's going to be a part of that 500 schools.
If we talk again in November, is Carmelo Anthony on your team?
I hope so.
Who's a better recruiter, you or C.J. McCollum?
I'm not sure. We haven't landed any of the superstars, I guess. So maybe neither one of us is that good at recruiting.
Well, good luck with everything, Damian, both with the recruiting of players and, of course, this Powerade, Power Your School program. Thanks for taking a few minutes to join me here on the show.
No problem. Thank you.
That's Damian Lillard, Portland Trailblazers guard, joining me here. Dan Patrick Show.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.